Up for this show. This is episode 2001. Yeah. There's been 2,000 other episodes. So thank you so much for tuning in. Something like that. Anyway, I got a call from somebody. I don't know who it was. I was sleeping at the time. I wake up later. About 20 minutes later, I try to call them back. First thing they asked me after we say hello is, what organization are you with? And I was kind of like, there's this lady answering. She goes, what organization are you with? And I go, pretty intense question. Just ask someone off the bat. I don't know your name. I don't know where you're calling from. I don't know anything about you. So I said, well, what's your name? Because I had said, hi, this is Chuck. I said in the beginning of the call, I said, hi, this is Chuck. I'm returning your call because I'd gotten this call from some number about 25 to 30 minutes earlier, and I saw it on my phone. I was like, well, that's strange. I was sleeping when I got this call. So I called this number and I say, hi, I'm Chuck. I'm returning your call. How can I help you? And she goes, well, what's your organization? What's my organization? And I was like, does she want to hear I used to work for the American Psychology Association or something like that? That's a type of an organization. Or what does she want to know? I'm like, so I just go, well, what's your name? And there's a slight pause, and she gives this, well, I'm not going to give you that right now, but what I will say is have a nice day and take care. And I go, okay, well, have a good day. Gets kind of quiet, and she hangs up. I did call back. I got her voicemail. Apparently her name's Amanda. Just some random person called me. Doesn't know, I tried to find who is this person. Is this a work-related thing? Do they need a saxophone player? No, nothing. I felt like leaving a message on her voicemail, like, hello, this is Ijab from 7-Eleven organization, and we need you to come in and sell cigarettes to minors for the next 8 hours. Please come in for your shift. You need to get in there and sell cigarettes to minors for 8 hours, please. We need you immediately. We cannot pay anyone else to do a job as good as you do. That's how I felt about this person. Like, what's your organization? What's your name? Shouldn't you, if you want to know somebody's organization, shouldn't you feel free to tell them your first name first? Okay. This is what I'm getting at. This is something I have noticed. And this is a good reason for a restream, music or not. People, what is going on? Apparently, for some strange reason, there's more and more individuals these days, but when you ask them their name, they don't even want to provide their name. And they want a whole lot more from you than you could ever give them based on the facts they're given. So if you want help from someone, you got to give them your name. You got to give them a whole lot more than that. You got to give them your whole situation. Or at least it will help. It will help because the more we know about your situation and their situation and this situation over here, the better, choices we can make. So, so what I'm getting at is there's this trend, it looks like, for people not to even be who they were called to be in life. They don't use their names. They don't use their family's orientation towards life, which is probably good. Just being a good person, go out there, have friends, and just, collaborate with folks. Do art, do music, cook stuff up with each other, make meals. No, there's a whole bunch of people, particularly amongst authoritarian figures, okay? There's a lot of people going up to police officers now or being pulled over by police, and then they're just like, well, I don't need to give you my name. Wow, you don't need to give a public service officer who's most of the time trying to save your life and service you. You're not going to give them your name. What's in the name that's so bizarre you can't just give them the name? Look, I've been giving my name out to people my whole life. And all I can say is I'm really proud of this. I'm happy to say my name is Chuck. I'm happy to tell you my full legal name is Charles Thomas Pearson. I don't know why anybody isn't proud of the name they were given them by their mother and father. If you're not happy about the name your mother and father gave you and you aren't willing to give it to people, man, you got problems. That's some insecure garbage. That's a shutdown. That's why you're calling random folks like me and going, "What's your organization?" and not talking to me further, finding out. That's why this person's just calling random people. Maybe she's looking for a job somewhere or an organization where she can work. But how would I know? How would I know? I don't even know her name. Oh, until I called her back, got her voicemail, and it was Amanda. Okay. How does that apply to me? I'm a musician. Does she want to come play piano or guitar at Bill's place on Wednesday night? Fine. Come on down. Open the mic. Wednesday. You can be there anytime you want. Wednesday, 7 to 10 is great. But why are you calling me? You could have just gone there. What is with people? What's your organization? Well, what's your name? Well, I'm not going to give you my name right now. Holy Moses. Have you ever gotten involved with people who won't give you their name after they ask you something like that? She might as well have been like, what's your social security too? Are you a United States citizen? Where do you keep your spare key at night? Oh, my name's just not important. I'm learning some really sacred skills right now. All I can say is like, this person who called me this morning has got some big problems, big problems. And that's one of the reasons I got on here, because I thought, man, if that's going to be the first person I talk to this morning, I got to get on here and let some folks out there know that I talked to someone like that, because I could be being stalked. I could be being terrorized. I could be being, there could be a hitman after me for all I know with this type of shit. People ask me the weirdest questions and not giving their names out and not wanting to talk about anything and then disappearing in the background. Wow. Plus, I want to come on here and see if I could, not get busted for copyright issues, because I like to sit and listen to music and then let my restream go, because I tell you guys to call, and some people call, and that's cool. Other people don't. And then I just sit around. So I'm going to go sit around. If you guys call during the show, I'll talk. But other than that, we're going to listen to some music right now. And I'm going to go out and have a smoke and some weed. Fuck this shit. As the world's going down, and it's a vampire. The world is a vampire. Set to drain. Ain't no joke, man. This whole thing is going down to tubers. I mean, it's like, I used to listen to radio shows just like this one. You want to call this a restream or a radio show, whatever, and then they put music on exactly like I'm going to do. And you know what happens right after I do this, put music on my show, after I record it and I look back on it? The copyright infringements come up. Like, hey, man, you're using our music. I'm like, yeah, I know. I like your music. In fact, here, I've got 11 hours and 54 minutes and 57 seconds of the Beatles' best song collection, the Beatles' greatest hits full album. So we're going to put that on and enjoy that. And I'm going to go have an alternative therapy session outside, and folks enjoy this. Another call. Let's take it. Call it back. We missed it at the moment, but now you get to join in with me on finding out who is calling. This is so fun. Let's call him back. I heard the vibration on the phone, because even though I got this thing all the way turned up, or at least see more than halfway, it still won't ring because, well, the phone's fucking with people. Let's just face it. These smartphones, they're way smarter than we are. That's why our lives are so messed up. Call him back. Say Simi Valley, California. See if they take a call back. I don't know. Hello? Hello? Hello there. Returning your call. Don't feel like working today, do you? Hello? I thought someone was there.
Hello?
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 Hi, yeah, I'm returning your call. Simi Valley?
Hello?
Oh, well, you called me and I was returning your call. I got a buzz on this end.
Hello?
Yes. Hello. You want to be on the Mind Talker show? This little radio program I put out there. Nobody listens to it but me. But since you're on the phone, you're my second caller today. How you doing there in Simi Valley? Are you starving yet? We're kind of starving over here in Rio Grande, it feels like sometimes. Not really, but we're hungry. Are you hungry there in Simi Valley? I don't really want to call you back if you hang up, so let's figure out what we were doing here in the first place. Hello? Did you have anything to say to me? And they hung up. All right, folks, if you want to call these people back and ask them why they're calling me, and you're a friend of mine, I ask you to do so. Their number is 805-527-3488. So give them a call back. I don't know why these people won't talk. They were the ones calling me. Man, life is weird. It is so weird, man. Yeah. Man, some sad people out there, man. I don't have anything to say. They call people and they don't say anything. Has that happened to you lately? Are people calling you and not saying anything? Well, it fucking makes me mad. I don't like it. I don't like people to call and not say anything. I mean, Jesus Christ, call and say anything you fucking want. Rage at me. Rage against the machine at me. But don't just call me and be like, that's all that person was doing. My apologies, Amanda, and this other person. It's just these two people, all right? First of all, let's point it out. Two females have called me so far this morning, okay? One from Simi Valley and one from who the fuck knows where. And both have fucked with my head. Haven't been able to tell me what they want from me in any way, shape, or form. Haven't been able to provide me with any information, zero information. That's why I'm putting stuff up on Facebook like, hey, go on out there and do stupid shit like go to a police officer and say, hey, fuck you, cop. And when he asks you your name, don't tell him. Don't fucking tell him your name. Don't. No. It's so much more fun to make them guess. Especially since people are going to call you or me or anybody else and not even tell you their name or why they're calling you in the first place. The Mind Talker show's for me, you know. If anybody likes to watch it, I don't care. It's for me. I didn't really do it for anybody else. Even when I was working with Glenn Albert Trolls, it was just like, this is something I like to do. This is how I like to get in people's heads. Because this gives me something to reflect upon. But, you know, when I get two calls starting me like today before I can finish my coffee, man, I tell you, this world is ripped. Shredded, man. I get so pissed. There's so little continuity and there's so little like realness to anything in the world today. I'm not into suicide, but fucking I understand why people do it now. I fucking totally understand. Because if everything's not going to be fucking real, if we're never going to be able to do anything, have any real jobs, have any real connections, have any of that shit, then why the fuck be here? Why the fuck waste my fucking time? so I can make the Mind Talker show and get copyright law issued from Sony and other people. Well, fuck you guys. I'm not making any money from this music. Good luck proving it, too. I know you're watching every fucking bank account. I know you're watching everything I fucking do. And yeah, everything I do my best at. But you know what? There comes a time where it's just like, duh. Oh, yeah, that's right. The world's at war. And me, just like many other people, are just pawns amidst this bullshit of crazy escapades going on over and over. I'm sorry. It's stupid. This world is stupid. Here, listen to some Dead Can Dance, Cantera. Maybe you'll think of going up to a cop and saying, hey, fuck you, pig. You don't get to know my name, just like Chuck doesn't get to know my name, just like nobody has to talk to anyone anymore. Fuck you. Right? Is that how we're going to do things? Is that how we're going to live our lives? Is that really how we're going to live our lives? Give me a call. 805-574-9025. Tell me how you live your life.
largest selection of free 5G phones, only at Metro.
So let's open up PayPal and see if we did get the money. So let's just wait for this to load. So there you go. As you can see, they paid me $9,502. Hey guys, in this video, I'll show you an awesome website where you can earn money on your phone. It's called timesocial.co. So once you're here, guys, you will have a nice dashboard that shows you all the money you've made. So I've made $9,500 on this website, and you just do simple tasks and stuff. So I'm going to press cash out. And as you can see, guys, it shows the timeout balance and everything that I've made. And I just press request if I want to get the money. So let me just show you guys right here. As you can see, all the payments and stuff. So I will be going over to the PayPal app now and showing you guys that those payments, which I received on the website, did actually come through in my PayPal. So let's just wait for this to load so you guys can see. So there you go. As you can see, they paid me $9,502, which is the exact amount of money that I earned on those websites. So I'm going to show you guys how to use this website and like how it works and stuff. So it's really not that confusing. You might be like, whoa, earning money online, that sounds like hard, but it's easy. So when you go to Offer Center right here on the side, it will show you these like apps you can download. And when you download the apps, it will like give you a certain amount of money. And these are apps that are just on the App Store. They're free. So as you can see, one of them is like $74. This VPN, I earned $45. Download and create a free account. So
hey, this guy's saying
they give me $45.
He's got this time is money app, man.
App Store, and I'm going to download the app.
He's going to download the app.
Load, and now I'm just going to wait for the app to finish downloading here, as you guys can see. All right. And
let me show you too.
I'm just going to go back. Let me just wait.
Once it's downloaded,
I'll do another one. So let's see this iHeartRadio.
So y'all can know how much money you make with this system.
That is insane. So I'm going to do it. It's going to take me to the App Store to download the app. So let's just give it a minute to take me to the App Store here, and I'm going to download it. And now I'm just going to go to my home screen, wait for these to download. They're pretty small, so I'm not really expecting a long wait time.
To show
so
us
let's just go to the home screen and see if they're done. So I'm going to check it out, and the VPN is done. So for this one, it said like make an account, whatever, and the radio, it was run for 30 seconds. So what did I choose to do? I made an account, which was way more than 30 seconds, but I ran it. I made sure that I definitely completed the stuff. So let's go back to the website and see if the money is there. So it was like $68 for one app and then like $50 for another app. So let's go to the home page. I think that's a good place to refresh it. Oh my gosh, look, I already have like $100. That is crazy, guys, because I mean, making money online is not really like chalked up to be easy, but look at that. So I can cash this out right now. I'm going to show you don't need like a certain amount of money to cash out. You can cash out at any time. So I'm going to do request $100 cash out, and now it says success. So let's open up PayPal and see if we did get the money.
Wow,
I'm pretty hopeful because I just asked for like $9,000 and they sent it. So I think $100 payment should be in order. So let's wait for it to load, and maybe it will be there. I'm not sure. Oh my gosh, guys, it worked. So be sure to go ahead and try this out for yourself. This is the website I've been telling all my friends, and like they're like, oh, bro, does it really work? And then they try it, and they're like, oh my gosh. I mean, this is a revolutionary online money making tool.
On his phone
and the cool part is you don't need to invest. I'll see you later.
We should all check it out because we're fucking morons, right? Oh, is that why we should check it out? Because we're fucking morons? Or should we check it out because it's a lie? It's another big old lie. Big old lie on the internet. Okay. YouTube. We're going to check the news on YouTube and then on Google. So we're going to tell you the news on YouTube and on Google, and you're going to get my response to the news on YouTube. The first official news on Google and the first official news on YouTube. Here, top news on YouTube. A.G. Weiser discusses Supreme Court argument.
Can Americans with no degree really get $6,000
arguments in wedding websites case?
Now, look, the short answer is yes. This controversial
okay, I'm already getting a vibe on what this is about. Colorado Attorney General Weiser discussing the case between a Colorado-based web designer and the LGBTQ plus community. Now, I don't know anything about this yet. They're still giving me an ad, but I have a feeling people are trying to get wed online, and that creates problems. Well, yeah, that would create a few problems. if that's the case, let's see what it really is. Because I don't know, it might be. If people try to get wet online, well, that causes problems. Your audience, your family members, people want to be at your wedding. LGBTQ doesn't matter. Well, if they don't get to be at your wedding, they're not going to like you getting married online or whatever. Let's see. Online weddings? I've never even heard of this. Let's see. Is this what they're talking about? Let's see. This is the #1 news on YouTube right now. So watch my response to this. It says 9 news stream starting shortly. Oh yeah, they always try and convince you it's live. Nothing is live ever anymore. Everything's dead. There's nothing, even me. You're watching me. I'm dead right now. This is all dead video. And 9 news stream is starting shortly. See, you don't get live video anymore, ever. Even when they say it's live, it's not. It's a lie. It's bullshit. The 9 news stream starting shortly. Well, when we're ready to tell you something's important.
Was being given.
Let's skip ahead.
You might view as highly functional, and that was something she made clear in her hypothetical. What if all there were just the facts? And that's important here. And Matt, your question now nicely segues from Megan's question, because that underscored a point that we were making.
Let's get to the point. What you gonna say? Come on. Go ahead. Talk. I'm watching. Yeah, not ready to talk yet, are you? Don't know what you're gonna say. Weird situation, huh? Go ahead and start. It's live. He's looking at the camera. Moving his lips right. He's got that tardive dyskinesia from Brexit like me. So I don't know. Should he say anything? Should I say anything? He's like, not yet. It's 5. This is the biggest news. His lips moving. He's live. He's just not ready to say anything yet because they're like going, well, do you think they'll buy this? I want to make sure that you say it the right way because we got to make it look official. Well, look at him. He's ready to go. He's not. He's like, okay.
My name is Phil Weiser, and I am Colorado's Attorney General. I am here today because we just had an argument before the United States Supreme Court in the case 303 Creative versus Elenis. The case deals with Colorado's anti-discrimination law and a particular provision known as a public accommodations requirement. The basic idea is if you open your doors to the public, you have to accommodate all comers. You can't deny someone access to a product or service based on who they are. We have in Colorado a number of protected classifications, including race, gender identity, sexual orientation, and religion. In this case, someone would be denied access, in this case, gays or lesbians, to a wedding website because they are a same-sex couple. As this case made clear, if you have a categorical exemption and you say the same exact wedding website will be sold for an opposite-sex couple, but then it won't be sold for a same-sex couple, what you've done is deprive someone, based on who they are, access to the marketplace. The deprivation of this would come in the form of an exemption that would be created because of a so-called expressive interest. This expressive interest would not be limited based on religion. It would be anyone's moral objection. In our argument, we made clear that a case involving law schools, known as Fair versus Rumsfeld, there is a requirement that law schools had to open up their doors and allow the military to recruit, just like any other employer could be going on campus. The selective exclusion of the military, even though there was an expressiveness behind it, was said to be problematic and was not justified on the expressive interest. We've asked for that principle to apply here. The United States joined us as an amicus. The argument lasted almost 2.5 hours, was wide-ranging. In the argument, it was clear that the justices understood the gravity of this case, both the importance of protecting the principle that we're advocating for, a principle that has roots in the 1860s in Colorado, where we first adopted a public accommodations requirement. And also, the court was reluctant to find an easy exemption because there was a lot of concerns mentioned by a number of justices about situations that if you had this exemption.
Okay, we're going to stop there. It's my show. I got enough from his 2-minute squirrel after he's half a minute worth of that kind of thing. All right, so top news on YouTube today has to do with LGBTQ plus community being allowed to marry online or be participating in marriage online websites or buying and selling online marriage websites. Okay. Wow, why are we this far back in our mentalities? I thought that the Old Testament was written some in the 10,000 BC to 500 BC type of range. It's over 2,000 plus years of marriages, and it's been a long time since Sodom and Gomorrah. Sorry, Old Testament folks, but can't we just let people get married or buy and sell websites that have to do with marriage? That's the big argument. I think we should let anybody do that. Reduce discrimination. If I was gay and wanted to buy a wedding ceremony site, you should let me do it. I think I'm not gay, but if I wanted to buy a wedding site, I could. I want to if I wanted to. Hey, but apparently some people want to and aren't getting allowed in Colorado. That's Colorado too, by the way, which. For those of you who aren't in America right now, Colorado was one of the first places in our country to legalize marijuana. So I'm kind of wondering if the LGBTQ community, kind of smoking some of that Satan lettuce, devil's lettuce, and then they're going, "Gosh, we should get married." But maybe that's what's not really happening. I dare say something else because I'm into these things that could be the real truth behind this, because this guy, who knows what he's talking about, really? Whereas I think I know what's going on, man. Let me explain. Just give me a moment. That's it. Anyway, I think it don't matter if it's LGBTQ or whatever. Want to get married or not, people are out there in Colorado and they're like, "Oh man, I got a great idea." What's that, dude? Oh, I think we should tell the whole world, all right? Not just here in Colorado, okay? All right, go ahead, dude. Yeah. I think we should tell the whole world. The argument is not whether LGBT could be married. That's already settled. We know they can get married. Wait, hold on. Okay. We got a way better idea, bro. Oh, this will be great on the news. This will be so great. We're going to tell everyone, okay? We got to do something. Yeah, we got to tell them there's some news. We can't just tell them we're out here in the back of the Congress, just smoking some air. Yeah, I think we should tell them. I think we should let them know that for some reason, people aren't being allowed to buy and sell websites that have to do with marriage. People are, that's what's going on, man. You tell them. Hey, man, I'm gay and I can't buy a website where I can marry two lesbian girls together. I'm upset about this. Let's contact the legislature and tell them. No, man, hold on. Pass that, Jay. Pass that. That's just not right, man. That's just, no. Well, I just think it's a great idea, but you got to do something else. Well, that's the YouTube news for you folks. That's why I say the world's one big fucking lie, because I don't think that's the biggest news going on anywhere. I know for certain here in California, in Rio Grande, ain't what's going to be coming up when I walk down to the local pub and talk to my friends. No, it ain't going to be, "Hey, man, did you hear I can't believe this, man. I can't buy any websites where I can marry folks. Oh, it's terrible, man. It's like, I just can't. And even if it was, well, why would you want those sites anyway? Those sites are available to me, and they don't do much for me either. Sorry. I've been a minister a few places, and it's done what it's done. But, the funny thing to me is I think there's a money issue in it. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, that's usually what screws people up. It's money. It's no problem. You got a website for marrying folks. Anybody can become a minister, an ordained minister. If you know about that, it's true. Universal Life Church. You just put your name on there. They send you a little certificate, and you can marry any two people together that you want. Don't matter if they're gay or lesbian or nothing. They can be transgender. They could be whatever. It does not matter. You marry them together. But currently, big news today is in Colorado. There was a big 2.5 hour lecture and argument in there. So that's the big news. That's not very big news. That is pretty small news, man. I just don't know that many people who really want to buy one of those marriage websites. But I know a lot of people who want to push it to make it look like they're interesting, will need to be bought. Okay, now on to Google News. Well, I go into the Google News section here, and it's really just Google. I don't know if this is a section on news, so I'm going to put news because I got the archaeologist, which that's old news. I don't want to go into that. How do I put news? Google News. So I get what I was talking about. Now they try and send me an app called Newsbreak or Smart News, U.S. News. But what I want is top stories. Here we go. Top stories in Google News. The New York Times. Supreme Court seems ready to back web designer opposed to same-sex marriage. Wow. Looks like this same story is in the New York Times. So this is a bigger story than I thought. Let's see. The Supreme Court seems ready to back web designer opposed to same-sex marriages. Uh-oh. This is going to upset my gay friends. The Supreme Court heard a case concerning a continuous Charles Pearson. Yeah, that's me. Duh. The thing I can't talk, anything I can't figure sometimes is how much you have to tell them it's you, and they never, on their phone. It's like, come on, it's me. It's me. The Supreme Court heard a case concerning a Christian. Okay. A Christian graphic designer who intends to limit her wedding-related services to celebrations of heterosexual unions. Yeah, I was listening to the Iliad the other night. In fact, I listened to the Iliad audiobook for about a week or two. So I listened to the gods talk from Greece, and that story with Achilles and Agamemnon and Patroclus and those old Greek heroes and stuff. And the thing that occasionally comes up or talked about was homosexuality in the Greeks and different type of thing, though. Then it was like they're fighting a war, and these warriors apparently fell in love with each other because they didn't have girls around. So they're fighting these wars, and in the midst of all these fighting wars, you start to go, oh my goodness, this friend of mine who can fight the war as good as me. I love that person because we can go and we can tackle, we can, we can really command an army and da-da-da-da-da. And where am I going with this? I don't know. So there's a Christian designer. She's putting this website together. They exclusively write in capital Christian. And I'm like, well, this explains why so many of my gay friends hate Christ. But I guess I'll just tell my gay friends right off, if you hate Christ, I'm sorry, that's exactly what he wants you to do. Because that fulfills the spiritual mission. That fulfills it all. If you hate upon the Son of God, well, that's exactly what the people in his time did. So when you're doing that, you're just saying, I comply with the Romans. It's like you're basically saying, I agree. Let's just put him up on the cross. But these discrimination laws, what would Jesus say about discrimination laws? Well, most people say, well, he would have no discrimination because he loves us all. Until we start talking about what goes on in the bedroom, right? Doesn't matter if you're lesbian, gay, heterosexual. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. These discrimination stuff, this is just people debacling each other for business, money, and pleasure. In fact, it doesn't matter that a person's a Christian that she's designing a website. Websites aren't about Christians necessarily. When you're making money off a website, you have to do things that are very unchristian. For one thing, you choose money and not God. So if you're choosing money and not God, then you're not a Christian. So it's a lie that they're writing she's a Christian. All right. Second of all, I don't know any LGBTQs plus that are so fucking crazy they'd be upset by this. Nobody should be upset that some moron on a website won't give you a certificate when you can get a certificate from the Universal Life Ministries Church for your gay or wedding or whatever. So the reason they're really saying to us, this is the top news, is because they don't want to tell you how much money they made stealing opioids from another country right now with big guns. All right? That's what they don't want to tell you. And that's what I'm telling you is really happening. Somewhere today, other than this website stuff, the real news that they're not telling you is some small army from America, our people, went somewhere today or yesterday, but very lately, and will continue to go into countries and steal their drugs and kill their people to get the highest amount of opium they can, because opium is the biggest news today. All right? That is opium and opioid abuse is the biggest news I can personally think of for the people I love and my family and friends. So you want to tell me this bullshit about the website is true? Fuck you. That is not true. The big thing is this country is secretly going to other countries, killing random citizens and stealing their drugs, particularly opioids. The opioid war is the biggest news right now. The opioid war. You know why they don't want to tell you about it? Because it's a sleepy war. It's a sleepy war. Once these soldiers get the drugs, hey, I got to go to sleep, man. I can't wake up and stay awake fighting people all the time to get these opioids. I got to use them, go to sleep. But they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that's what most of the soldiers are doing. They're not going to tell you that that's what most of the senators are engaged in. They ain't going to tell you that that's what most of the congressmen and the lawyers and the bankers are really all into while you're piddling in your little day job and you stop in the bank. Here, I saved up $20. Put that into my savings account. And you think the banker, they care about you and hoping that you'll have a better future one day. No, man, they're backstairs slamming it, man. Hanging out with the Warriors. Yeah, we went over there to that foreign land and took that drug and brought it back. Yeehaw! Man, we make all kinds of drugs legal here, but you can't sell them. That's how we keep the opioid business so pleasant. Regular citizens, they can grow their own medicines. Fantastic, righteous. But if you want to talk about all the opioids in your senators' cabinets, you want to talk about all the opioids being shot into people, you want to talk about the war, the people who are constantly lying about the ones who are dying just so they can make more money from the drugs they're selling, the drugs they steal, the drugs they want to push. That's the news. Number 2 news. That's the number 2 news. The number 1 news, though, the good news. Here, I got some good news. I got some good news for you. The number 1 news, this guy right here. You see this? You see that? You see that? has a crucifix. That's the number one news. Jesus Christ came to this earth to die for your sins. That's the number one news. It ain't the website with the LGBTQ Christian lady going, hey, I'm going to sell licenses to people who aren't heterosexual. That is not the number one news. And no, the number one news ain't the opioid war, although that's bigger news in all reality than that silly website. But the number one news out of those options, the number one, Jesus died for your sins so you may live forever in heaven. Peace and love, my friends. In Christ Jesus we pray. Amen. Have a fantastic day.